Welcome, my acolytes. I'm Graveseeker, and this is Some Ordinary Gamers. Why does XQC keep getting worse? The short answer is because it pays out. That's what it is. And the guy just doesn't have any self-respect, so, well, he does what he does. But let's hear Some Ordinary Gamer out what he actually has to say. By the way, if you like my content, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, press the notification button, and look up the live stream from time to time. Good. That's enough. Let's see what the man has to say. And by the way, I started watching him not long ago, so damn.
Me Mudahar, and today is a very rare video. It's a video where apparently, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I'm defending XQC. Now,
Damn. I didn't expect that. I mean, what?
about a month, 2 months ago, I had a little bit of a, argument with this individual because me and him just did not get along or see eye to eye in terms of reaction content. Now, for those of you who need a quick primer, XQC was lambasted in front of the world because he would just put on somebody else's video, get up, go somewhere else, and just basically freeboot a video,
Yeah.
Kind of like the stuff you'd see from SS Sniper Wolf. I would argue a little bit lazier because at least she's there on the chair watching.
Yeah,
but ladies and gentlemen, today I got to kind of defend him on a little bit of a point that I find to be wild. Now, ladies.
Oh, for fuck's sake, good. I thought he just thinks that it's okay how he does it. Because at least, like, reactionary, in my opinion, is this what I'm doing more or less. Like, at least, yeah, like you react. It's more of a speaking with the person, like, yeah, it's not directly, it's like speaking with the person you're actually reacting to. That's fine, in my opinion. And also, always leave the full video for full context.
Ladies and gentlemen, I shouldn't have to be the one to tell you that aside from uploading content onto the internet and, this world that we have, this fun little corner of the internet, there is a real world out there with real world problems. And one of them is an actual war going on. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you've obviously probably heard of the Israel-Palestine situation. And if you ever wonder why I have not talked about it when it initially dropped weeks ago, that's because I'm not an expert, okay? I'm just a guy on the internet that plays video games, talks about video game stuff, talks about internet culture stuff, and from time to time, I will definitely look into viruses, the deep web, and do crazy shit. So again, that's pretty much the extent of my expertise, if you can call it that.
Yeah, I mean expertise, if you can call it that. It's still your actual thinking. It's more of a what you actually did all the years ago, and it's basically your opinion on something. So it's worth more or less only for people that actually watch you or have the same mindset as you. So even if you talk about the war, if you want to do that, I personally don't want to do that because it's just a bit of a, not entirely a thing I want to talk about, but it's basically, it's irrelevant what you do. It's your opinion. Even the opinion of an expert is an informed opinion, but it's still an opinion.
There are far, far more channels out there that give far more comprehensive, realistic, journalistic coverage into this stuff. Something that I can never do because it's not something that I have any expertise in. Now, XQC uploaded a video onto his...
Well, let's say it like that, but still, your fans want to hear your opinion, and that's fine. I think so.
His main channel, or rather, let me be correct here, the editor did, okay? Learning about the Israel-Palestine conflict so you don't have to. Now, that's pretty wild title over there, okay? I'll be real. It sounds kind of condescending if we're going to be honest here. But
this sounds as if an asshole did that. Let's be real here. Damn, that's oof.
To understand, XQC was lambasted for this in front of the world. He had this clip from his Clips channel where he was pog soy facing, like, let me do the soy jack. One of those.
No, look in the camera for that. This subject was bad because he didn't look in the camera. Come on. Yep. I'll be honest, it looks like a baboon. To be honest, like, yeah, like a baboon screaming in a hot second. I would say.
You know, XQC reacts to an actual, like, bombing. Now, obviously, the community vilified this behavior, said that you're literally just uploading this to make a few bucks off the AdSense because people are going to be searching for this tragic event in that period of time. And you could argue the same thing for XQC. Now,
And by the way, anyone who uploads it wants to make money of it or of the information. That doesn't mean they have ill intentions. Please keep that in mind.
times have changed.
But XQC definitively does. Like, I really hate that guy.
And
not hate is a way too strong word. It's more of I extremely dislike this guy. It's the content isn't for me, and I think he's just. I mean, he's rich. He knows what he does, but he also has zero honor.
in XQC's defense, there are plenty of channels that are covering this situation right now. For instance, some of the largest political channels on the internet, Destiny, for instance, has covered this topic for weeks now with several banger, high-viewed videos.
Today's video
like
is sponsored
Hasanabi, who
by
is one of the
Delete Me.
largest political streamers in the planet, has covered this topic and discussed it. Now, you can argue that these guys obviously have a background on this subject. This is content that pertains to them, okay? This is why I don't make Roblox roleplay video content, because nobody comes to my channel to watch fucking Roblox roleplay high school content, okay?
Illuminati's DM.
God damn it, this is the next video I'm gonna watch. Damn, why am I so stupid about it? Yeah, but by the way, this is what I said. Well, okay, except for this, yes, they're uploading it because they do it. I know that. And on the second thing, they still want to make money out of it. Maybe their main point isn't to make... No, let's be honest. It's like making money and inform people about it is more on the same grade, like with the people that actually do this as a job. Because without money, you're done. You're basically done, so...
Okay. Just like nobody, and that's sort of the point that I'm making over here, right? Everyone has their own niche. These guys are just able to cover this content without that ick associated with covering actual tragic breaking events. Now, does that mean that people should be locked out from discussing what they want? Absolutely not. And in this case, I actually am in defense of XQC because I really do think anybody should be allowed to make this kind of content, period. Now, you might consider it to be scummy, but at the same time, I look at it from the bigger picture perspective. Obviously, this content will be covered. And on YouTube, it already is. If you go and search up this actual topic right now, you'll probably find that most YouTube content is coming from like actual verified, trusted news sources, right? YouTube has a special designation for like large-scale media channels like Fox News, for instance, or CNN, or Vox, or Vice, or a lot of these big publications. And they're typically allowed to discuss these topics with no impunity. They have ads played on there, they're not deboosted in the algorithm,
correct,
and they're able to get by and discuss really serious situations.
Yes.
YouTubers, in a lot of ways, are mostly hampered in discussing. Oftentimes, their content will get demonetized, it will get age restricted, and yeah, that's pretty much how it comes by. For instance, I made a video a while back discussing the North Korean poisoning of one of the Kim family. And I used a clip from the New York Times, or I believe. And that clip got taken down.
Yes, by the way, and the clip is still up on YouTube from...
That clip, not taken down, it got age restricted. The same clip that played without an age restriction on a major news network. So in terms of YouTube, I'm always like, okay, if YouTubers can also do journalism and discuss these topics alongside the bigger content creation like houses. Now, XQC is where that whole argument, I'm going to leave right there. XQC is not exactly one of the biggest experts in the world, okay? I'm going to play you a clip from one of his analyses on the topic, and we'll kind of laugh at it together, okay?
Camp David Accords. Shortly after that, Israel gave Sinai...
Yeah, this is a really bad question, chat. Why don't they just... And this will sound really bad. Why don't they take the whole piece of land, full reset, all the same, and just call it like a Landia.
Yeah, he a real fucking diplomat, ain't he? This that peace talking motherfucker we should have sent to the Middle East.
I won't explain it.
Oh man, yeah. Sometimes I love that childlike wonder, dude.
Childlike wonder. The guy is almost 30. Come on, like XQC is almost 30 years old, or is he even 30 years old? I don't know. Like he's childlike wonder my ass.
But yeah, that's this is the kind of guy we should have sent for peace in the Middle East, I guess you could say. Now, of course, this video is learning about the conflict. And again, even if it's condescendingly titled, I do appreciate that he's watching a whole range of content in its entirety just to understand this really complicated situation right now. God help you if you're going to XQC to learn about a topic like this. Jesus Christ. But again, to go back to it, there's a lot of other creators creating content about this topic, so I think to single out XQC is a little bit too much, okay? I really don't think it's okay. I think it's actually hypocritical to go after him for covering this content if, like, pretty much a grand majority of, like, political YouTube already is. Like, I think it's just weird to do. However,
I say this. As you said, it's hypocritical of just going out against only XQC. But on the other hand, you also know that XQC will make light of the situation and will insult a lot of people. And because XQC is a big name, and pretty much everyone in the world knows him, everybody else that actually looks at this will associate American people with XQC, and they will think that XQC is a voice of authority about it. And they think that the stupid fuck actually represents most of the people in America and their thinking about it. That's what I assume.
This is where my niceties kind of end, okay? Because what XQC does next is downright sad and cringe, okay?
Yes.
So in response to this topic, I'm gonna flashbang you with something that I swear to God I didn't fake, okay? XQC responds, huh? And he shows a bag of money, all right? He's got 2 bands up to his, like, head, all right? He's flexing that cash. Now, obviously, people will look at this and say, my God, talk about being tone deaf, ladies and gentlemen. There are deaf people, okay, that are less tone deaf than this entire situation, okay? This is just blatantly stupid. Now, of course, XQC was another creator, good friend of the show, Quite says, your soul remains empty. To which XQC always responds with, your bank account relates, where he shows...
Oh my God, this... Well, his viewers love it, so...
this watch. Now, I don't know exactly how much this watch costs. All I do know is that you could probably replace a goddamn 9-banger with this if you throw it into a room, so it's clearly got some utility, ladies and gentlemen. But again, it's so weird to me that one of the largest streamers in the world who actually has talent, like XQC is so weird to me. It's not like I'm witnessing like a douche tuber from back like in 2015 that literally just showcased cash to like a 12-year-old audience to make them.
Yeah, I think XQC has talent because he was a pro gamer on one point and he was particularly good actually. Like he's not an unintelligent person. He's just a, well, how can I say it? He didn't grow up. It's just like he's a dumb fuck. He's a rich dumb fuck.
Himself seem cool. No, this is like an actual talented individual who quite literally has let money go to his head. Now, money is one of those things in my life that comes and goes, but money is never a replacement for character and personality. And XQC seems to have a very dim amount of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do I think XQC is an evil person for reacting to a serious situation? Absolutely not.
No. But you know, and I know, this will have negative consequences on the entire information flow of the entire thing. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it, it is what it is. But we cannot stop it. So
I think serious situations can be talked about, and honestly, as far as I'll ever talk about this specific situation, I really don't think innocent civilians on either side dying is okay. I think the governments responsible for this, Israel specifically, is pretty bad in terms of creating, news reports, feeding them to these Palestinians, telling them in English that, hey, this is where we're going to be attacking, while simultaneously cutting off their network, food, water, resources. I mean, like, that is just downright evil from the outside looking in. And obviously, a terrorist organization that's somehow being defended by a few individuals is downright insane to me. There are terror situations involved that should be unanimously fucking hated, okay, by everyone. Because ultimately, these organizations use civilians to hide behind. And that's pretty much where the extent of my actual research goes, okay? If you somehow disagree with me saying civilians should...
I think no normal people will disagree with you. Not a single human being that's actually right in the head will disagree with you. Because I agree with him. Civilians shouldn't be slaughtered about it. And terrorists shouldn't be hiding behind civilians. But sadly, we're in the real world, not in a fantasy, nice lollipop world. Shit happens. Sadly. But it is what it is.
Shouldn't be dying, then I think the problem lies with you. I have talked about serious situations on my channel too. So again, I've talked about the do not join the cyber war. Now, this is a video I made about over a year ago, where I actually used my resources, my understanding of the cyber warfare department, like understanding malware, virus investigations, and I showcased how Russian state organizations were actually spreading, like, attacking tools and just getting random people to download them and use them and participate in a cyber war campaign between Russia and Ukraine. Now, obviously, I made this video because I understand this topic and I understand the technology behind all of it. And a lot of this was telling people not to get involved in something that can cause other people obvious harm and also you yourself harm for getting involved. I don't think making content on serious situations is bad or unmonetizable if you actually have something worthwhile to provide to it. XQC does not. XQC is not an intelligent individual when it comes to this topic. He's smart when it comes to a bunch of other shit, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to this stuff, it just comes across pretty shitty. And I do agree with him in the sense that there's other creators who create content talking about this subject, but then it all fucking gets thrown into the wind when this guy's just out there flexing money like a douche tuber from 2015.
Because remember, the first thing a human being will actually remember, the most important thing, if something negative happens to you, you remember it way longer and way more vividly as the good things. Just because bad thing happens, I have to defend against it. Dumb fuck comes up, okay, he's a dumb fuck, he's a danger to me in some kind of way.
Yeah, XQC is a real hard guy to love these days, and honestly, you know, I wanted to make this video, to kind of look into XQC again, because he showed up in my feed, and honestly, it sucked to see exactly this show up. It really felt like I was hit with that, like, 2010 YouTube gaming era when some creators actually use, like, really, really insane scenarios to push their metrics a little bit higher. But it's also one of those scenarios that I'm looking at too that isn't just entirely related to XQC either. It's also related to YouTube in large as well, right? Like, clearly, I think if you're a creator, you should be allowed to discuss these things. Obviously, if they fall within your purview. I think if you just do this as sort of like, I think it's really shitty for a lot of people to look at what XQC is doing, because it really from the outside looks like he's watching this like it's YouTube videos, like it's drama content, when in reality these are real people's lives currently being uprooted and destroyed.
Yes, but, and this is basically the same I told like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it is what it is. But the reason why he does it is because it pays out. There's a lot of fans who actually like this. And he has everybody involved in it. Like, even if a actual YouTuber who actually gives a fuck about the whole thematic, shows everything as it is, and shows everything facts, and does everything, actually puts work in it, it just gets drawn through the dirt just because XQC reacts to it. Sad but true.
It's one of the reasons, actually, why I didn't even cover the Johnny the what was it, the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, not because I didn't have interest in it, but because it felt like a lot of YouTube friends and the people watching that content were treating an abuse trial as if it was actually just like a team sport, okay?
And this is, I don't agree entirely, because yes, as I said, content makes money. They want it. They want clout. They want to grow the YouTube channels. That's fine in my book. Most of them didn't actually draw it out to a clown show, but let's be honest, seeing that it was a clown show. It's Johnny Depp was the abused party. He lost a lot of fame. He lost a job. He just suffered from Amber Heard's. He doesn't need the money though, so... And just the trial and error and the constant things he had to just continually, step by step, just get shit about. And the entire stress, it's just absurd how much a victim has to suffer just because the abuser is... because let's be honest here, just because the abuser is in this case a manipulative woman that just, well, shits in bed. Literally shits in bed. And no matter which victim it is, every victim has to suffer, and the abuser, and just you've seen the shit show behind it. You've seen how the entire thing got running. You've seen Rottenberg, this clown, and an abuse victim. Not just that it gets that the victim gets abused by that, but the abuse victim has to endure all of this, and the abuser didn't even get punished in this case entirely. Okay, now she gets told that she shits in the bed, and she got the next fucker that just pays everything for her. Not specifically because she's a woman, but she's an abuser, and every abuser just finds a new victim and does the next thing, and the victim basically can't do shit about it. Because, and if they just have to get behind this clown show that it was. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I found the trial be extremely funny. Like, it was really, really funny to actually see that. That's not only in Germany like that. This effing clown show. Yeah? It's the same in Germany, so... Yeah.
Okay. And there are limits to me, okay? Obviously, could I cover this kind of content and get massive viewership and massive subscribers from it? Yeah. Obviously, that's how trends work. But there has to be some ethical limit involved in here. And I kind of wish XQC saw it the way that I
mean, yeah, ethical limit, but it depends on the person, by the way. Because I think giving an opinion about the entire trial is an important thing for the people that have the same mindset as you.
See it? But yeah, it's weird, man, honestly. There's not much to say other than, goddamn, expectations were low, but somehow... drilled me right to the center of the earth, my man. Anyways, this is me, Mudahar, and yeah, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out. Hello, guys.
Oops. Yeah. And this is what it is. Acolytes. I will say yes, with most points I agree with him. Mudahar. And yeah, by the way, very wise man. You can look at his contact. He's actually quite... informed about every topic he actually does. And yeah, acolytes, good night.